What's going on?
Hey, so we're live. So everybody, welcome to episode number 11 of the Water Cooler. We're coming to you live from MPL on Wednesday, June 17,
Oh,
2020.
nice. Can't
And my
believe it's
name's Bob.
already. I'm Rudy. I can't believe it's already past June, like past mid-June. We're already
Well, I'm
like,
glad. I can't wait for this year to be over.
which I mean, this year right now that we're not going to speak of. We're not going to say what
We
year
won't,
it is.
well,
This year has
I
already
did
been
at the
canceled.
intro. I
This
mean,
year's already been canceled. We're already looking forward to
2021.
2021. Bring us something good.
2021. New things, bigger things, better things.
Anyone
Uh,
who posted on January the 1st of this year and was like, "Oh, new year, new me. Oh, I can't wait for this year." Shame on you.
Shame on y'all.
This is everyone's fault, or this is only the people who posted that.
So Beverly's asking how she can improve things for us. I don't know, just keep
Hmm.
us in your thoughts. Um, just drop by and say hello every Wednesday.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
always
It's always
nice.
some nice
Yeah.
engagement, some engagement in the comments. A check in the mail is always nice. Um, Just anything that you can do from home that you don't have to go out and about and do. There you go. Blonde brownies is fine too.
We had
Send
a
them in the
big
mail. That's true. Yeah, we had some food today already.
we
That's
had food, we had desserts, we had pizza, we had ice cream, we had all
just a
kinds.
normal day, just a normal Wednesday at the
Our
library.
supervisor got up early so he could barbecue, and he brought that in barbecue chicken.
I
We
saw
had
the chicken.
donuts.
It looked good. The chicken looked good. Did he say he got up early? I mean, that's
Yeah,
commitment right
he
there.
got up early to barbecue. That's
Bless his
dedication right there,
soul.
man.
Bless his soul.
Um,
And I thought I was up early going to the store. Look, there he is. There's David. That's a great supervisor. I thought I was up early at 9 a.m. going to the meat market in my pajamas with my hair
well,
twice his size.
it was kind of
Twice
like
his size.
like it was like a big food day. We didn't call it big food day, but it was kind of like that. But it was just our department.
Just for us, no sharing.
Nope. So Rudy,
What's up?
speaking of not sharing, why don't you share what you've been, what have you been watching lately? What's been on your radar, man?
Oh, right. Yeah, for sure. According to my notes here, I have been watching, I'm just kidding. Insecure season 4 finale was just this past weekend on Sunday.
What's
Insecure is with Issa Rae.
that
She's like
on
a comedian
Netflix?
actress.
No,
It's on HBO.
HBO.
Insecure. It's
Never
just
heard of
about
it.
her. It's about her like dating life and her friend circle, and they all live in LA. And it's just different trials and tribulations they all go through. And the season finale of season 4 was just this past weekend, and it was so good, and it was awesome. Yes, it's great, but you have to keep going, Grace. You got to keep going. There's just 2 more seasons, but I mean, they're making a season 5 already, but yeah, season 4 just ended, and it was awesome. What else was I watching? Oh, I also watched. This is one that we both have been watching. I know this
Both
much
of us.
is true, which is the mini series with Mark Ruffalo in it and a bunch of other people, Rosie O'Donnell. That's also on HBO.
It's
That was,
based on the book, actually. It
yes,
was, yeah, it's based on the book. I forgot who the author was on that, but
it's Wally something.
Wally Lamb.
There you go. Yeah, that's right.
Wally Lamb. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it was like an well, I don't know if it was an Oprah book at one
It
time
was
or
an
not.
upper
Or
book. Yeah, I
was it?
saw the cover and it has a little O sticker on it.
So they've tried to make this into a movie. They've tried a lot of different adaptations, but it's one of those books that's really apparently really hard to adapt. But they pulled it off. I think it's definitely a really good show. it's really depressing. It's really dark.
Yeah.
Although I won't say too much about the ending, but I like the way it ended.
And that's because I read that the ending of the show is a lot more different than the book ending. The book ending
Oh
apparently
yeah.
is even darker. But
Wow.
yeah, I really enjoyed that one. I know this much is true. I mean, Mark Ruffalo playing his own twin. I mean,
When
that's that's
you know,
that's like a
he,
thing for actors. Like if you can play your own twin and
yeah,
also have like mental disability, I mean, that's like
he's
top.
gonna get nominated for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
He went for the role. So I'm guessing they filmed. I'm not sure which one they filmed first. I'm guessing he gained the weight and then he lost. I don't know, but
It,
he's
it, it was crazy, yeah, and how they're in like the same shots also sometimes. Him and
yeah.
himself.
It's definitely a must watch. We both recommend it. 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
And the last thing I watched, which actually is on Canopy, and I can share my screen real quick and show you just the title, On a Knife Edge, which is a documentary on Canopy, and it was about a Lakota teenager who is on a reservation up in South Dakota, and they filmed him for 5 years, and how like he grows from 14-year-old, and he starts getting into like activism with him and his father and his family, and they start like this little security force for like Native protesters. Whenever they're out protesting, him and his family are part of the little security guard force. And it's just like it shows him and them at different protests. And it even ends up at Standing Rock at those protests. And that was a really good documentary. And that one was actually credit-free viewing on Canopy. So I didn't even waste the credit when I watched it.
So it's still credit free?
As of a couple of days ago, it was credit-free viewing. So I'm assuming it's still in there.
So yeah, it doesn't count. For those who don't know, Canopy is our streaming service that the library offers. You have a library card with us. You can get access to tons of movies, documentaries, and you get a certain number that you can watch. I believe it's 8
Yeah,
a
right now
month.
it's 8.
It's 8, but they have a new section where you can watch certain movies or documentaries, and that won't count against your 8 for the month.
Yeah. When you get to the website, you'll see a tab. Once you're signed in and everything, you'll see a tab that says credit-free viewing, and anything under that tab that says credit-free viewing will not go against your monthly credits. But that one was really good. That one was called On a Knife Edge.
On a Knife Edge.
Really
Okay.
good documentary.
Well, besides,
What did you watch this weekend?
I know this much is true, which I had been watching. It just the last season was this past Sunday. I rewatched for like the 100th time Godfather Part 2.
Okay.
It's a classic.
I've heard that one is the better one, right? It's better than the first.
I think it's better than the first one. One of the very few, if only, movie where the sequel is actually better than the original, than the first. It's a classic. If you haven't seen it, I mean, what are you waiting for? What are you doing? Turn this off and go watch it.
All right, see it.
Yeah. No,
I haven't seen any of the Godfathers.
Wow. Okay. Well, you have homework for the weekend.
Dang. Where did you watch it? Where do I find it? I mean,
I watched it. Oh, you know what? I own a copy, so I can pop it in anytime I want.
Good for you.
Yeah. And let's see. Oh, my guilty pleasure that I've been watching lately. Don't judge me. It's a 90 Day Fiance, and I believe it's before the 90 days.
Okay, so go ahead.
The premise is
go ahead.
Yeah, so they show, I don't know, they take about like 5 or 6 people who've met other people from other countries online. Let's say you're from America and you meet someone from Russia. And so, you've been chatting for a while, and you fall in love. You form a relationship there, and then you go visit them in whatever country they're in, like Russia, and I mean, just pretty much from there, it's the premise is that you're going to eventually get married, and they're going to move back to America with you. And let me tell you, it's there's a lot of adjectives I can use to describe the show, but it's
There's a lot of
bonkers, man.
drama. Yeah, there's
A lot of
bonkers
drama.
drama.
Definitely, every episode is full of drama, but it's crazy. It's bonkers.
It's a lot of like I've seen 90 Day Fiance before as well, maybe a couple of episodes, but there's a lot of like they're adjusting to like each other's like quirks most of the time.
Culture. Oh, and the culture shock. I mean, there's this one couple right now who he's from here and she's from the Philippines, and he just wanted to go visit, and he's staying over at her family's house, and let me tell you, it's culture shock, big time. Yeah, it's guilty pleasure, but that's what I've been like spending my time.
At least it's on the Learning Channel, right? TLC.
It is on the Learning Channel,
Yeah, you're
so
learning something.
yeah.
That's a good show. I mean, for as far as like guilty pleasures go, I mean, 90 Day Fiance is up there. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna judge. I've seen it before.
Thank you, thank you. Speaking of, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good segue here, but
There's no good segue. You can go ahead.
no good segue. Library drones. So what does that mean, Bertie? Do you know?
Library drones.
No, we're not going to be replaced by drones. Kind of.
I know what a drone is.
Right. And you know what a library is.
I kind of know what a library is, but how do they come together? Explain.
Well, so let's see. There was an article this past week. Let me see if we can bring that up.
There it is.
So Alphabet, let me read the headline here. Alphabet partners with local library to deliver books to students. So for those who don't know, Alphabet is the company that pretty much runs Google, or it is Google. And they teamed up with a librarian, I believe in, Montgomery County, Virginia. And what they do is they have people call into the library, or do they do it online? It might be both.
I think they do both.
Yeah, and so you go online, you tell them, I want this book, whatever, right? And then they gather them for you. They put them on a drone, and then the drone will go and deliver those books to you.
Now, does the drone land in your vicinity? It just drops the box on you, or does it do a graceful landing and swoop away?
That I don't know. I know there's a video. We can't really show the video online through our streaming, or can we?
I can show the video, but you can't hear it. So I'll just
right, that's fine.
So that's our.
So I think originally it was Amazon who had this idea a few years back, and I don't know. I guess they're still working on it, trying to work out the kinks, but. Basically, you order something from Amazon, and then you have an Amazon drone was going to go and deliver it, drop it off right at your front door.
Wow.
It hasn't happened yet, but I mean, this is apparently happening.
Well, now that so many kids now they're doing the at-home social distance learning, right?
Yeah.
Pretty soon, oh, there it goes. I mean, it might be that these schools are going to say, you know what, let's just stay at home for this semester. Like,
honestly, I don't know how schools are going to do it when the summer vacation is over. I mean, I'd be wary to send my kids back to school. So,
as of now, I believe most schools in this area are opening in August. There's my sister in the chat. When are schools set to come back? I think it's
got to be sometime in August. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of them are still waiting to hear from, I guess, the school districts to see what they're going to do, or maybe it's going to come down from the governor. I don't know who makes those decisions for them.
I've heard that they're gonna start earlier and have one day each month, like as like an off day for most kids, but they're gonna have some kids come in who need help. She says Edinburgh is supposed to return to class August 10. So that's actually kind of early-ish, I think.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, you can have drones deliver homework, schoolwork. I mean, you can get that stuff online though. So I don't know how.
Well, I mean, what about the kids or the families who didn't have any internet access though? The internet access at home.
Yeah.
Send the drones to them. Come on.
Send in the drones.
Unknown if it is online or in school at this time.
Now, how would you feel?
We have a month and a half to decide.
Rudy, how would you feel having drones flying around the neighborhood, like at all times during the day? Like, think it's safe?
I'd be terrified. No, I'm kidding. It'd be I don't know. It'd just be like weird. It would just be something you'd have to get used to, I guess. I mean,
the future to be, like these flying drones delivering.
Instead of flying cars, we're gonna have a bunch of flying drones around.
Could be, man.
Excuse me. No. I mean, I feel like they're just gonna be like something that'll just be annoying after a while. Like, oh, here goes another drone. Or oh, another drone killed the bird. Now I gotta pick the bird up or something,
Maybe. Who knows, man? But speaking of tech news, this past week they announced the new PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
I'm not a big gamer. Are you a gamer, Rudy? Are you?
I'm a gamer. I'm very much a gamer. I don't like saying that in public, but I am a gamer. I am a.
Okay, well now everybody knows. There's about 11 people watching right now who now know you're a gamer. So I'm a very casual gamer. I don't own a gaming system per se. I play like my Nintendo, Super Nintendo, my Genesis, all the old school stuff. Yeah, I know. And occasionally I'll play on my phone, but not very often. But I guess this is big news, right? The new PlayStation 5.
So, yeah, but the thing is they haven't released like a lot of the specs. Well, first of all, it's the design. I'm showing the design, right?
Okay.
So the design that they have now is kind of just very rectangular, all black. The control, all black. Now they're going completely the opposite direction. They're going mostly white. The control itself looks predominantly white. So that for me is kind of like a cleanliness thing for me, at least. Like, what if you drop the remote or like you smudge the remote? Now your remote has a smudge on it, or now it's like nicked on the floor. Now it has a huge paint smear on it because you nicked it on the floor,
Yeah, I mean, they look like stormtroopers, right?
Yeah, a lot of people were saying like stormtroopers, they look like internet routers or modems that
they do look like a router.
Comcast or something.
The thing is, I saw tons of memes about it, about the new PlayStation.
Yeah, the memes are crazy.
People are already commenting about it. They don't like the design. But I mean, does it matter what it looks like as long as it does what it's supposed to do?
As long as it does what it's supposed to do. You can always hide it in your entertainment system or behind the TV.
Yeah.
So there's two different versions. Sorry, last thing. There's two different versions. The one on the left here has the DVD slot or the disc slot.
For like
other version for like movies or like disc games. Okay. And then this other version on the right, which is supposed to be the cheaper version, has no slot for any discs. And that would be all digital content.
Right. Now, have they given the price for it yet or a release date?
So they have not released the price for it yet. And I don't know about release date. But I'm
going to say it's going to be like $600, I bet.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was $600. I'm thinking probably this one would probably be 600, and maybe this one would be 500. But
Okay.
also the Xbox version, the newer Xbox version came up, and they're both kind of playing like poker. Like one of them, like this one doesn't want to release the price before this one does. You know,
Right.
the two biggest competitors, they don't want to release their price range so that these guys can go, oh, well, ours is cheaper. You should get ours.
Yeah.
So neither of them want to release their price, which is ridiculous.
Okay. So I don't know if you know, but there's something called Stadia, right? It's made by Google.
I've heard of Stadia.
So
Go
let me
on.
explain what it is, because I think it's a pretty neat concept. So right now, the way we know games, right? You buy a gaming console, an Xbox, a PlayStation, Genesis, Nintendo, whatever, right? You have to buy the box. Then you got to buy the games for that system. Well, what Google's done with Stadia is they pretty much said, you know what? We're gonna have we're gonna take out the need for a console, right?
Mhm.
And you can stream the games you want to play over the internet because our speeds are fast enough nowadays, and you can play the games on your browser, right? So Google wants to put everything in the browser, right? So we have Chromebooks, which basically does the same thing, right? They take the concept of a laptop and they put it in the form of a browser, pretty much. So that's what they're doing also with video games. So do you think that's the future of video games?
So I put the share screen there,
Okay.
but yeah, I do see Stadia. I mean, it's just what you buy the control, right? The
You
control.
buy the control, and you can stream. You can Chromecast it. You can
Oh,
play it on your phones, on your tablets, on your Chromebooks, or you know what? I believe, any browser. No, not any browser. I think it has to be a Chrome browser, but on
the
any
Android.
computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's basically you're just buying the control and that's it. If
You
you
buy
already
the
have your
control, and
Chromecast.
then you can either get a subscription. You can play all the games you want, or you can buy the individual games individually, and you can just play them on any device you want.
That I would like to see. Yeah, I would like to see it tested. I don't know. I haven't seen what Stadia
So
looks like. Grace
yeah, so
says
Grace is saying the
browser.
browser doesn't look as good yet, but I mean, if you have a HD screen or even a 4K screen, I mean, I don't see, and your internet's fast enough. I don't see why this couldn't work.
And this would
It'd be
be
cheaper.
subscription based.
Is that way, or you can just buy them game by game.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So instead of spending, let's say, 600 on a box and then $40 or $60 per game, you can pay, I think, pay $20 a month and play any game that they offer on your TV or on your browser, on your phone, tablet.
That's very interesting. Yeah, that appeals more, I think, to the casual gamer, someone who's like, oh, well, let's see what they have on Stadia this month, or like, oh, let's see what
Right.
they have here. No, not so much like the person who's like, oh, I need this game that only comes out on Xbox, or this game that only
Right.
comes out on PS4. Yeah, good option for gamers on a budget for sure.
Faux show.
Interesting. Yeah, that looks more. That looks very futuristic, and it's like streaming video games, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Speaking of video games, it's going to be Father's Day this weekend
Mhm.
coming up, Sunday. Am I right? Yeah.
Is this your first Father's Day? And,
Technically, no, because my baby was born last April. So last Father's Day, she was like about 2 months old.
that doesn't count. She was still a little baby.
But it doesn't. This year she'll be a year and 2 months.
There you go.
It kind of doesn't count because she doesn't really know what's going on.
It actually won't even count until she's like what, 4 or 5.
Maybe,
It
and
actually
even then,
make you a
like,
card.
yeah. But let's see. There's this article that I ran across. So if you can bring that up
Got it.
for some
Futuristic
Father's Day gifts.
or some techie stuff, right?
Yeah, techie stuff.
Let me see. What do people in the chat want for Father's Day? Your father, or what are you gonna get someone for Father's Day? I always go. My sister knows, she's in here. I always get my father either like some slippers or something he'll use, like a hat,
Like something
a
that's
shirt,
what do they call it? What's
something
the word I'm
useful.
looking for?
Something he's gonna use every day.
Yeah. Okay, here
Nothing
it
too
is.
techy, nothing too like out of the box.
Something practical, right?
Practical. There you go. Nice. So what am I looking for?
So, yeah, so I would recommend for especially for if your dad lives different city than you or whatever, and maybe they don't know how to use they're not big techies. They have a thing called the Google Home, and it's basically a little TV screen that they can put in their kitchen, living room, whatever, and you can video call them. So I think it's a great way to keep in contact with a family member that lives, different city than you do.
Is it Google Nest or is it what's it called?
Well, I think it got rebranded as Google Nest Home. I don't know the exact name. It used to be just called the Google Home, but I think they rebranded it. Yeah, there you go.
Here it is. Yeah.
And
The screen. Share my own
yeah,
tab. So yeah, this is something you can like FaceTime with them, right? You can like, or not FaceTime, but you can like Skype with them. You can send them like photos they can share.
oh
You
yeah,
can
do
share
all.
the screen.
Let's see.
Google Nest Hub Max. You
Yeah,
just
so
call it
that's the
Google
larger
Hub.
size. They have smaller ones. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good gift. You just set it up for them. It's not that hard to set up either way, and you can video call each other. It's a great way to keep in touch with the family. My brother recently moved away to Austin, like a couple weeks ago, and he bought one. And so it's been a good way for me and him to keep in touch.
Can it also be set up as a security camera, or is it just
So if you do have security cameras, you can view those cameras on there as well. You can
mm,
watch Netflix on there, YouTube. Let's say you have one in the kitchen, you can always ask it to show you recipes, and it'll pop them right up. It's pretty
nice.
handy. Yeah,
You're a resident Google person or a
Google.
Google expert.
I guess I should be upfront and say I do own stock in Alphabet.
But yeah, be transparent with your
Yeah.
stocks.
So Grace says, I find it funny and slightly sad when dads barbecue for Father's Day.
Hmm.
Huh.
I don't find it sad. I mean, everyone's
Something to
together.
ponder.
I
Yeah.
mean, is the mom supposed to, or is the wife or the children supposed to barbecue?
I
I mean,
don't know.
if the dad thinks like, hey, I'm the best barbecuer here, let him do it. And you can be there for support. You can
Let
be
them
there.
believe that on the one day, at least on Father's
Yeah,
Day.
give him a day. Give him a day to
Give
be
them one
there.
day.
And then you can be there for like support and like and for presents. Give him a present. There you go. Ala says some tools. Tools are
Tools
always
are good.
very
Tools are
handy.
always
If your
good.
dad is one of those dads that doesn't have a toolbox in his truck or in his car, get him a little toolbox, a little starter kit. Or I always something they could like wear. Like I put a sombrero or like a nice outdoor hat.
Hat.
Not the big sombreros like the mariachi ones, but like
Yeah, but like the ones to keep the sun off of you.
yeah. My sister knows
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. The little like the
I
Tejano.
should have a picture. Maybe you can find a picture and show
Yeah,
us.
let me see. Western style sombrero. mean, if you're from the valley, you know what kind of sombrero I'm talking about. But for those people who might not know what I'm talking about, something like this. What
Let's
is it?
see.
Like a cowboy hat, right? That's what they're called. A cowboy
I mean,
hat.
that's a cowboy hat.
Well, what's the difference between a sombrero and a cowboy hat? Is
I
this a
don't
sombrero?
know. That's a
Always-
mariachi
I mean, I've
sombrero.
always grown up calling these things a sombrero. Just get him a cowboy hat. If he's outside a lot, get him a nice
Or they
Stetson.
sell those other hats that are like if you can go camping or hiking, where they help cover, keep the sun off of you.
Look at this one. This one's cool. This gambler hat.
That looks like a the hat from the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
There you go. Yeah. Get your dad a Western style hat, or some loafers or something they could use around
Socks.
the house. That's
Socks are always a
or a
yeah.
tie. Just don't get him any books.
That's what Julia said she was gonna
And I
do.
was
Get
just
them
kidding.
books.
Yeah. No one wants a
Let's see.
book for their. Come on, for
Let's
fuck.
see. Fathers are hard to shop for. I go with books usually or fancy whiskey scotch. So okay, the whiskey scotch, that's also a great idea.
Yeah, the second part is fine, but the book, no, no, no.
Rudy says the books no.
Come on, because then he's gonna go like, oh, and now something I could read, and then he's gonna go like try and read it, and then he's gonna like fall asleep, and it's just gonna be something he can like fall asleep to. I mean, I don't know.
Can't go wrong with a gift card. That's
True.
true. To
That's
Home Depot, Best Buy. I'm throwing all those hints out there.
Lowe's,
Lowe's, Best
GameStop,
Buy.
Walmart, Cabela's. People like that stuff, right?
I don't
Um,
know. That is.
iTunes. I mean, I don't know. Google Play Store, whatever.
All those are great ideas. All right. Well,
Anyone who we just gave the ideas, you're welcome.
yeah. So again, thanks for watching. We'll be here again next week. We're probably going to be doing it every Wednesday around this time. I think we're going to stick to this schedule for now and see what happens. But thanks for watching. Remember to wash your hands, stay safe, do your senses.
One last thing.
Go for it.
Today, this afternoon, yes, NPL adults, thank you, mods in the chat. We are having the Juneteenth observance. It's our first program since this whole pandemic thing. So they're gonna have a presentation in the auditorium. Social distance will be applied, of course. They'll be talking about the Underground Railroad through Texas to Mexico. There'll be a presentation by Dr. Roseanne Bacha Garza. Hopefully I didn't mispronounce that. And there's also going to be the soul food truck. This is, the important part. The soul food truck with Chef Ty outside in the mall from 5:30 to 7:30. And they'll have some soul food out there for y'all to purchase. And that's tonight. That's like in a couple of hours. If you aren't busy, come on by.
Come on by. Wear a mask.
That's today. Yeah, today is Wednesday. Yeah. Bring a mask. Wash your hands. Keep socially distant. This thing is still not over. Got to fight the curve.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time.